Is it on the lowest one? Are we on?
Yes.
Well, good evening. She didn't even tell me we're on. I didn't get no countdown, nothing. Good thing I wasn't picking my nose or anything. Not that I picked my nose. Welcome, everybody. It is Wednesday night, SFMF Live. You are the Gen Pop. Welcome, everybody. For those of you that don't know, just again, a little FYI, we do pre-flight right before we go live. A couple different reasons, just to say hello and appreciate our members. And then you can get some sound check, some video check, and make sure that we are just set, ready to go. Well, we can see your hand. There's the three hands again. Can you make it bigger? Oh, yeah, a little more. All right, so welcome, everybody. It is Wednesday, SFMF Live. Good evening, early evening, late evening. Depends on where you are and where you're coming from, where you're watching from. So let us give us a little reminder where everyone's watching from. There's Carrie Ann Marie Potts. The first message of the night. Carrie Ann Marie is on it. Good to see you. Jake is here. Adam East. What's up, Guns? All three hands. Somebody said it last show. I didn't add. Was it you last time too? I had no idea what you were talking about till I was rewatching it. I was like, oh, there's the three hands. Doc Holiday, let's go. Anderson Ho, good to go. Anderson Ho, good to go. And thanks again for that super chat already with the members only. Doc, asking everybody, what's up, fam? So we got half the fam, half the production team here. Kimi Cocoa Puffs will be on soon. LL Pool J, good evening from Texas. Oh, man, love Texas. Don't mess with Texas. Saw a bumper sticker today, that God Bless Texas sticker that we have. Somebody gave it to us. We didn't stick it anywhere because I want to just carry it around. Love some Texas. Paris, California. That's right, Doc. Remember, the producer was telling me today. She only knows one person from Paris, California. That's Doc. Nottingham, UK.
I didn't say it like that. Take it
Oh, yeah. She didn't say it like that. Sometimes when I imitate her, I do it in my own voice. Wales. What's up, Sean Wigley? Hi from Wales. Adam East, 13 years today. Congratulations on your 13-year anniversary. Awesome. Halfway there. Almost halfway. You're doing at least 30. Carl Green in the house. What's up, Carl Green? Good to see you. Old Jyrene from Virginia. Carrie Ann Marie is across the pond. Good to see her. All right. So, I was telling everybody earlier, Prince Edward's is here. I think I haven't checked my, you can check on your phone how much screen time you have. I know it's doubled in the last week and a half. And I can't stop watching the videos about Charlie Kirk. It's killing me. I'm angry. And it's just, really? Some of those I watch. So I told the producer today I'm done. And I'm going to watch Braveheart tonight. That's 3 hours alone. So that'll kill some time. All right. Lay Cookie's here. What's up? Lay Cookie in the house. Good evening. Northern California, chasing broken machines. Oh, you're in Northern California. Let us know where you are. And I see McJunk in there. He's saying hello to everybody. And Kimi Cocoa Puffs. She's got her own Cocoa Puffs. She'll sleep. I'm tired too, brother, sister. Can we all agree? Yeah, already. See that? Again, that's the people that are unhappy with their own life. Same here. LL Pool J, same here. All right. I look at Andrew Tobias. I've been scrolling the live option for 43 minutes. This is the first normal person I've seen. Oh, hi. Am I normal? Thank you. Feel pretty normal. From the producer, hello, SFMF-ers. Fort Bragg, California. Fort Bragg, where is that? We don't know Army bases. Are you working on Bragg or near Bragg? That's pretty cool. All right. Devish, greetings from Sweden. We have a Swedish friend on here, my friend. I must say, you look like I try walk, run, do whatever I can to. And funny because one of our topics tonight is light duty commandos. And those of you that don't know, that's not a good thing. Being a commando is cool, but not a light duty commando. We'll talk about that. Dung Eater says you're not normal, unfortunately. No, that's good. I don't want to be normal. What's up, soldier? We're Marines here. There are soldiers on the channel, though, and please say what's up to all of them as well. All right. Why are you streaming now, Gunny? Where's the Gunny? Where's the Gunny at? James? 10 minutes away from March Air Force Base. I'm telling you, that was all such a, it was, what's the word I'm looking for? It was just lost sound, no sound, no sound, no sound, went out. We're checking, back on. Doc says we're back on. We can hear you now, okay. And we're back. Whatever happened. So March Air Force Base, that's where we gathered up. Desert Storm. Again, kind of chaotic. I don't want to make this a Desert Storm video, but I got the call at like midnight to the house phone. Is it on again? Back on.
Look your phone.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2 3. Peter peppers, pickle peppers. All right. Can hardly hear now. Nope. Microphone is not functioning. Nope. Oh. There you go. Good now. Clear. All clear. Back on. 5x5. Lima Charlie. 5-0. Good now. We're back. All right. Yo, y'all have a great day from Ireland. Again, Ireland. Look at all these other countries. This is awesome. We're good. Okay, I was just talking about March Air Force Base. That's where Doc is near. And how cool is that? We're having a discussion, the producer and I, about what base sent us to Desert Storm and then received us coming back. Amazing. It turned out to be amazing. I mean, all we did was drive in early in the morning. I got the call at like midnight, 1 or 2. I had to find my babysitter to drop the baby off. That's Kimi Cocoa Puffs. Had to drop her off because I had to report in ASAP as possible. Reported in. We didn't end up leaving for a couple of days, but we were like the first ones first in, right? And hurry up and wait, right? Did a little. We got gunny timed, mad gunny timed by a couple of days, but finally loaded the buses and it headed on up to March Air Force Base, and that was a surreal feeling. That's when they're handing us, we got all of our ammunition, hand grenades, AT-4s, rocket launchers, demo, just all kinds of stuff. Of course, a couple of days later, we're in country. But how cool is that March Air Force Base is still there, and they were the same place that we returned, and some of the same people remembered that we were the first flight out to go. So they remembered us 9.5 months later. I mean, what a welcome. I mean, just the whole way back, they said we stopped in Bangor, Maine was our second stop. I think we stopped, I don't know where we stopped before that. I don't remember. But when we got to Bangor, Maine, it was like 3 a.m. once again, and they're like, the pilot over the loudspeakers, like, hey, there might be some, there's going to be some people there welcoming you. This is a big deal. And even some Vietnam veterans, Marine Corps League, AMVETS, some organizations, might even be a high school band. So just be prepared. They've been trying to gather, welcoming all the Americans home. And we were a late flight coming back. I'm telling you, we first in and almost last out. So they said it's been a while, so you might not get as big of a crowd as we've seen in the past. Bangor, Maine, tiny airport. We land at 3 a.m. There's got to be 10,000 people there. And I remember because they just walked. I mean, they set up a gauntlet for us from off the plane. We walked all the way to the airport. I'm telling you, it's a tiny airport, and there was thousands of people. There not only was a high school band, there was 3 high school bands. 3 in the morning, and everyone's crying. Veterans are crying. They're giving us stuff, food and beer, and more food, and even more beer, and hugs all around. And older veterans dressed up in their veteran. Their hats and their I'm telling you, it was truly, truly amazing and surreal. America, right? It just felt really good. Then it didn't end there. Then by the time we got accountability, got on the buses, we're fat and buzzed now from all the beer. They followed us off the base and even onto the frontage road, onto the highway. The cars are following us, honking at us. It was amazing. It was early in the morning. March Air Force Base. Doc's White Forks there. Amazing. Greatly. Say again? Amazing. Ramstein or Middenhall is probably where you stopped first. I've been to both of those on some of my many deployments. I don't remember the very first one. And I don't know. It seemed like it wasn't one of those. For some reason, I think we took a different route. I don't know what it was, but it was an airport. It was empty. It was foreign, but they did have, the bartender was there and served us these big beers. It was just, so you could have one beer, and it was gigantic. All right. Some of the operations you're talking about, top secret, there's been 94 movies on it, so I don't think so. Hello from Iran. I'm telling all kinds of countries here. Blue Blazes, talking about a Chief Warrant Officer 2 through 5. Sorry, let me phrase that question. Is the warrant officer, Chief Warrant Officer 2 through 5, gunner rank equal to Chief Warrant Officer 5 rank? Thank you. I didn't see the original question, but there are warrant officers. That's a Warrant Officer 1, WO 1 pay grade, and then there's CWO 2 through 5. So is a Chief Warrant Officer 5 equivalent to a gunner, Chief Warrant Officer 5? Yes. A gunner, Chief Warrant Officer 5, is just an infantry guy. So that's different. That's what sets them apart. But equal, they're both Chief Warrant Officer 5s. Crystal Martinez, hang out for a little bit. You're going to learn who we all are. This is a channel of motivation. Patriots, a community of like-minded people. And we talk about some cool stuff. Hang out for a little while. In fact, everybody, if you could hit the like button, subscribe if you're not. Just to let you know, we pre-flight now with the members. Just a little pre-flight, talk about the topics we're going to talk about, seeing how everyone's doing, and it gives us an opportunity to do a sound check. You wouldn't think that we actually did one because we lost it as soon as we started, but we're in. Blue Blaze says, thank you for answering that. I appreciate it. I answered that, yeah. God's about, thank you. Good stream. What do you do? We're doing it. Pandy, we're doing it right now. This is what we do. We talk life into each other. We pray for each other. We hope the best for each other. We help everyone out. Along the way, a lot of us on here have learned lessons the hard way. What we want to try and do is make sure you have enough power and knowledge that you don't have to learn the hard. There's no sense in it. You don't have to recreate the wheel. You've heard that term. We don't want anyone to recreate the wheel. We want to help you out so you don't learn the hard way. Get that beer. McJunkin, lots of questions. Waiting your permission, Sergeant Major. Did I tell you the topics yet for tonight? New England Patriots, are they still in the NFL? They're a high school team. Good news, brother. Ended the hokey pokey. All right. And you turned yourself around. Good on you, Donnie. Anybody here belong to the Marine Corps League? Been thinking about joining my local chapter. Old Irene, highly recommend it. I am a life member. And I think there's so many organizations now to join, and new ones with new blood, new ideas. I don't think AMVETS and those will never go away, and I think they're very, very important. and they all serve a purpose bigger than yourself. I enjoyed ours, and we moved since, but I'm still a life member, so I just need to contact my local chapter and be a part of them. But it's a great organization. They do things like car washes. They raise money. They donate to scholarships. They raise money so they can give out awards to our JROTCs, right? They represent JROTC. They represent the Marine Corps. We used to give the K-bar to a high PFTer in a school Marine Corps JROTC program. So they do a lot. Problem is, it's just the era is changing now. There's a whole bunch of new organizations because of the last 20 years of war. So I think those are necessary also. A little different mindset, a little different aspect of what they do. They go on hikes, and your typical Marine Corps League isn't going to go on a hike. It's still the older generation. But I tell you, how great is it to sit in a room full of veterans of all ranks, all grades, and all eras of the Marine Corps. So I highly recommend it. Your Army, join the AUSA, Air Force. All the services have them, or you go to the AMVETS. But they're great. All right. Alex, what workouts do you do? You got to move. You got to get off the couch, and you have to do something. So depending on your level and your abilities, because right now I'm pretty busted up, but I still make sure I walk, run when I can. I did a short recently on plate carriers. Are those worth it to work out with the plate carrier? And I can't run like I used to, thanks to many deployments, but I can still move. I don't want to get sediment on the couch. Is that the right word? Sedentary? Sedentary. I don't want to get fat sitting on the couch. So I'm always moving. Go to the gym, and again, do what I can, what my body allows me to do with and just a couple things: bad neck, bad knees, bad elbows, bad shoulder, bad attitude. But I got to go to the gym every single day. I try to. No days off. I have this thing, 5-day workout, where it's 2 body parts a day for 4 days. If the 5th day is your rest day, I'm still looking for that muscle called rest. There isn't one. So the rest day for me is cardio and abs, but just 5 days, not Monday through Friday. A lot of people take the weekends off, and I know they do because the gym I go to is empty. Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, practically have the whole gym to myself. It's beautiful, but it just shows me those weekday warriors are getting it Monday through Thursday. So the gym's open. So every day. And here's why, because a day off is going to happen. Your schedule is going to create a day off. You're not going to plan for it. Excuse me. But it's going to happen. So here's how I look at it. If Tuesday was my day off, my rest day, and all of a sudden I can't make it on Monday, now, and Tuesday is my rest day, now I just had 2 days off of getting fat sitting on the couch. So no days off. All right. Richard Sussman. I was a drill instructor in 1996 at Bravo Company when you were leaving. What's up, Sussman? Just hang out. We're going to talk about our second topic today is changes to boot camp. And that's where I get my info from when I was a drill instructor. So please hang out, brother. And good to see you. Glad you're here. Hope everything's going well. Would love to hear your story, what you did after, how your 2 years, 3 years, and the big red one at Bravo Company, how it worked out. The what? Ian Madgun Magum. Love the name. I'm pushing 60. You're still young, so getting out of bed is a workout. I'm with you, Madgun. I don't pop out of bed like I used to. I've learned. Funny, those old guys, my whole career, tell me stretch and bend with your knees and make sure you stretch before you make. They didn't know what they were talking about, is what I thought back then. And I'll be the first to admit I was wrong. And I got to tell you, young bucks on here, slow, stretch, rotational exercises, warm your muscles up before you do anything. I do. slide my legs over and sit there for a few minutes before I just pop up. So still young, brother. Mad gun, get after it. Kelly Tover, working hard. Doc says, Okinawa license plate. You see that? Any idea what 2323 means? We'll give you some time. We'll give you some time to think about it. Jay Dilly's here. What's up, brother? Ryan is here. Say hi. Evening Devil Dogs. Jay Dilly, how you doing? How'd the Vikings turn out Sunday? What'd they do? I don't remember. Giants. Giants in Dallas. Pfft. Doc Holliday turned 41 in November. 41? Was that a typo? 41, Doc? You can't be that young. Ollie, no one knows how much of the stress you put on your body. You don't feel it until you're older. Amen. Ollie, nailed it. I'm telling you, we can't do the things that we once used to do. And when I see younger guys bending over to pick up something heavy and just bending straight, it's easy. They're up and down, all those things. It just hurts to watch them. And you know, do you tell them? You do. They don't always listen like us when we were younger. Again, hence the purpose of the show. Don't learn the hard way. Acton, do you yoga? I have before. And I don't anymore. I did. I enjoyed it. I was that guy, right? Couldn't get into any of the positions. But I was obviously getting better the more I did it. It was offered at the job I was at. They provided it during working hours. So I did, and I enjoyed it. I need a lot of work. I need a lot of work at it. LL Pool J 53 is still getting after it. Some young bucks on here. Is the 3rd Battalion boot camp really as rough as they say? Yes. Depends on who's the drill instructors right now. Sorry to hear that, Jay Dilly. They lost in Vikings fashion. They always look good when they do. Is 3rd Battalion as rough as they say it is? It goes in cycles, and it all depends on who your chain of command is. I was a recruit in 3rd Battalion, and it was tough with thumping 3rd. Right, it was Mike Company. We're the beasts. And I was a drill instructor in 1st Battalion, and we're the drill battalion at those times, at those eras. And again, it absolutely depends on your company chain of command, 1st Sergeant and Series Gunny, Company Gunny, whatever they call it now. But your drill instructors set the tone. You can be in the same. One of my cycles, we had a gunny team. Like 3 gunnies and 2 staff sergeants was that platoon, and they were soft and weak as heck. And then you get a sergeant team right next to them, and it was chaos, controlled chaos. So it all depends on your team. All right. Eric Green is here. Good afternoon, SFMF family. Good afternoon, brother. Good to see you. 2323 is your lucky number. Close, Doc. We might let you in on it. Luther Marshall, what's your opinion on stem cell therapy, or when did athletes, in some cases now soldiers? I don't know enough about it, and I've heard about it, and I've heard some people that have done it. I don't know enough about it to even comment on it. Here's what I'll tell you about the medical industry. Amazing what they could do. I need back surgery. The doc has told me over and over and over. My 4 and 5 did. They're rubbing on each other, whatever. Degenerative is not going to ever get better. And every time I see him and do my annual checkup, which I'm getting ready to do, he asks me every time, are you ready to get your back surgery? And I ask him, should I do it? What's your opinion? And the answer is the same. He's like, I'm a surgeon, a back surgeon. I want to do the surgery on your back because that's what I do. He said, it's up to you, though, how long you can take the pain. So I'm taking the pain for now. All right. Good to hear, Green. Greetings from Dublin. Oh, Dublin, California. Dublin, Ireland. Is that what it is? Greetings from Dublin, Dublin, California. Still getting close, Doc. All right. Try yoga. Again, I'm going to. I'm going to get back at it. Even at this new visit, it's a new doc, so I'm going to ask again about physical or chiropractor. I did that for a while, and that felt great that day. But then I had to wait. I had it 2 times a week, and both those days were the best days of the week, but it just doesn't last long enough. So I tried acupuncture. Didn't like it. A little freaked out by it. And she was good. She did hit a nerve, I guess, at one point, and it kind of freaked me out even more. I wouldn't. I stopped doing that. Changed that to cupping. That was called, where the hot cups on you. Did that for a little while, and that was better. The woman I had for that was pretty brutal, though, and I felt like kind of a wuss because I was whining. Sometimes when she would, like, just rub it back and forth to find that perfect spot. I just wanted to tell her, that's good. That's good right there. But she knew what she was doing. She was trying to look for it. So I'm going to try physical or chiropractor again. All right, can you call the drill instructor sergeant and drill kind of like a gunny? Can you call a drill instructor sergeant? Go.
Call him a drilly, like a gunny.
Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, yes. Yeah, go for it. If you're going to be a recruit soon, Luther, try it out. Try it out. And if you survive boot camp, come back and let us know how it went. No, I don't know about the other services, but I can't lie to you. No, don't you dare. It wouldn't turn out well for you. Doc, goat yoga producer. Imagine Sarmage doing yoga. I'm telling you, it wasn't a pretty sight. I was making some weird noises. Some noises were coming out of all kinds of different orifices. It wasn't pretty at all. All right. Excuse me. I know I did that right in the mic. I need producer number 5 over here. I missed it. John McJunkin's question.
That Poolee asked, just to point out that, but he messed up on by missing one of the little marks, skipping it, and continuing on. So 13 on it. What can I do?
So, Poolee, what's the name? Haggis. One of McJunkin's Poolees took the ASVAB, messed up, missed one of the little bubbles, and skipped it and kind of messed everything up after that. So he kind of miscalculated, which happens. So he got a 13. I've seen lower. So just to give you some insight. But you're going to retake it. There's a waiting period, I think, on some 30 days. So check with the recruiter or whoever administered. If you did it at school, check with the school administration. You can take it again. And they keep your higher score. So study again. Now you kind of know what to expect. So not a big deal. Now you know what to expect. So take it again. All right. Any advice, John Wick? The real John Wick? Any advice for an 0311 Poolee shipping out to boot camp in 3 months? Yes. PT, cardio, PT, and then PT. Physical training, not physical therapy. Get after it. You want to go to boot camp already scoring a high PFT, 20 pull-ups. Again, just the top physical shape. And you can do that in 3 months. You can definitely get close to it. Just as important, stay with us for the next 3 months and ask any questions that you may have. To watch other channels, watch Marine Corps Boot Camp, watch a graduation. Get as much Marine Corps knowledge as you possibly can. The more you know before you go, the better off you will be. USMC Cece, if she gets on here, I tell you, she wrote out the general orders, Marine Corps leadership traits and principles, wrote them on a big board like you do in school, those poster boards, and taped it to the roof of the ceiling on her bedroom, and studied those every night. So rank structure, right? What each rank looks like. Just learn as much as you can before you go. And that's 2 less things you got to worry about so you can focus on wherever you may be lacking. Drill. If you don't drill now, again, watch some videos. We have a video on just the basics, facing movements. Those things, if you stand out from the get-go in a good way, it'll be smooth sailing. You're only going to get better. All right. Again, Gunny East is I missed his too.
Got a comment.
And another comment. Kelly the OG is here. Oh, I got it. All right. Enemies, Marines for life. MOS doesn't matter at first because you have to try out and get selected. I would aim for a comm or intel because they would be good skills to have when you get out. Be humble. Be a good guy. Marines for life. Marines for life. Talking to Marines for life. Looking at joining the Marine Raiders. Any tip? You have, again, one, what MOS are you going to be? And then physically fit. You got to imagine Marine Corps boot camp is tough physically. Every MOS is a little more, is harder than boot camp. So boot camp seems tough because it's all brand new to most of the recruits that go. You get to the fleet, Marine Force, you go in the infantry, PT is going to be tough. For any of the ground forces, right off the bat, physical fitness is going to be tougher. And they all are in general. But those ground forces, MOSs, that's when you're going to be doing hikes, carrying 60, 80-pound packs and weapons and numerous hikes. And right, if you're in California, you're running the ridge line. Again, depending on where you are geographically, you're going to be in some pain. So physically fit. So you got to imagine Raiders is just that much more. So get after it. Jen Soul is here. Good evening, brother. Steve Montebellin, 300 PFT in boot camp is achievable. There's probably maybe about 10%, 5% get a 300 perfect score in boot camp, and the highest gets an award, gets promoted, meritoriously promoted, and gets an award at graduation. The high PFTer, I think for each series, maybe one overall, I'm not sure, but you get recognized as a high PFTer. So get after that. Rifle range too. High shooter gets an award at boot camp, at graduation, in front of Chesty Puller and your whole family. So get after it. All right. That's a good one right there. KFC or McDonald's? Come on, really? Popeye's chicken is the best. Remember to go to medical. Adorius Gravy. Remember to go to medical in the fleet and get any medical anything medical documented. Also take advantage of tuition assistance, on-base benefits like financial advisors and gyms. Adorius Gravy. Nailed it. That's what we talk about here. So hang out. Continue to hang out. Awesome. Carl's question for Jake. What was the question for Jake? Gunny right there. Gunny answered. Jake, all you need is your wallet. Amen. What to bring to boot camp? That's a great question. I did a short on that. Here's what you need to bring. Motivation, positive attitude. Just bring some era with you. But physical items, they say you can have an address book, obviously, so you can write to people when you get there. In fact, can you get that envelope? Get a shout out? No? We don't want any heat on them. Yes, we do. If you're in boot camp right now, you better be getting thrashed. But you don't need to bring anything. You really don't. Your wallet, your ID card, you're going to have your phone. Who doesn't have a phone nowadays? That's really all you need because your addresses are in your phone. Actually, you don't get to keep it. They'll let you keep an address book, I'm assuming. So just know your address. And bring your phone while you're traveling so you can communicate with your recruiter or your family while you're traveling. But that's it. Whatever you bring, they're going to take. They inspect everything, and they take every single item that on your body. If you have jewelry and stuff, leave all that at home. They're going to take it. They're not going to steal it or anything, but just the less you bring, the better. Right? When you're at receiving it and you're emptying all that stuff out, you don't want to be that guy that's emptying out 9 pockets full of crap and they're going through it. You're just going to start off wrong. All right. Doris Gravy. Yeah, I recently got out and wish I took advantage of the benefits while I was in. I also didn't do everything documented, get everything documented. I'm really kicking myself in the butt. That's what this channel is all about. Brother, thank you for just confirming, reaffirming what we're doing here. That's exactly what this is about because a lot of us, too many of us, learn the hard way. That's what prompted us to start this. My transition out wasn't as smooth as I thought it was going to be. I'm a sergeant major. I know everything. come to find out, I didn't know anything about the transition part, because while you're active duty, while you're in, you're focused on the mission, your active duty time. This is all that matters right now. You smart ones nowadays, you look at, hey, at one point, I'm going to hang this uniform up. I didn't think that time was ever going to come. Yeah, I knew it was going to happen, but I'll deal with it then, kind of thing. So that's why we're here. Appreciate you. All right.
You see what Steve Montalban said?
Steve Montalban. No, I didn't, because I messed this thing up here. Oh, I got it right here. Steve Montalban says, you can bring some URAH and the team-minded mentality. Absolutely. Next one. Can you, I need to pull this whole screen down. I didn't see the next one, though. I scrolled up so far, the whole thing. I need the whole thing. Marines for Life. Can you bring a cell phone to boot camp? The heck you say? This is the Marine Corps, buddy.
No, I mean, maybe from help your father.
No phone usage in boot camp. That's other services. Can you use your cell phone in boot camp? Marines for Life ask that. No, not yet. And I pray every night that they don't ever change that for Marines. The other services can. Good on them. Our mission is different. They need to focus 100%. Even when I talk about letter writing, please, recruits getting ready to go, family members who have recruits going, don't pressure them to write you every night. They're fine. If they write you 4 times through boot camp, that's plenty, because they're writing somebody else too. They're writing a friend. They're writing family members. And tell them, keep it short. You're going to hear from them when they get there. A phone call. It's not the best. A phone call. They're going to be screaming with drill instructors screaming at them, but they're going to let you know that they got there safe and sound. And don't send me any crap. They could earn a phone call maybe here or there, and it's on a pay phone or the DI's phone or something. But mail is going to start flowing after about week 3. Kelly, the OG, let us know if you've received mail yet.
He's the one that got hurt, though, didn't he?
Oh, he did get hurt, and she did hear it. That's right. Let us know, Kelly, if you're here. Have you heard again how your son's doing in MRP? So the communication piece in boot camp, I don't want to say leave your recruit alone, because you want to be on. We had our daughter was in boot camp, and we were on edge every night, wanted tons of mail. Don't put that pressure on them. Let them concentrate on what they got to do. All right. We are Marine Brothers, Montalban. What's fake? Join the Marines. Dylan McDaniel says. Marines do a good job of keeping it old school. Eddie, I'm with you. And again, I pray every day that we do. We fight to keep those dumb policies. And that's one of our topics tonight, changes in boot camp. We fight. Man, we got to hold to it till the end, though. We can't give in ever. And cell phones, another one. All right. If my brother has a leave approved for wedding next month, what are the chances he could be told he can't go? 100% chance. It's possible he can be told that. Not probable. They won't stop a wedding. I think the only thing that would stop a wedding is combat. So, and depends on what kind of Marine he is. So it can be stopped. Yeah, your butt belongs to the Marine Corps. They can stop any leave or liberty. Those are privileges, not rights. As long as he's a good Marine, he's doing what he's told. They shouldn't. There's nothing except combat that goes on back in the fleet that they can't miss one Marine for a week. So it's leadership, but it's possible, yes. Carrie Ann Marie Potts says, I'm well proud of myself. My bloods have gone down, and everything just disappeared because Randall Knapp sent 5 SFMF gift memberships. Thank you, Randall. Always keeping our membership alive. And just so you know, everyone, look at all the green names. Those are the members. It's $1.99 a month. Members, and you see their name is in green. Their stars are different colors depending on how long they've been members. What we're doing for the members right now is we pre-flight before our live. So 10, 15 minutes before live, discuss what we're going to talk about, check in with each other, see how everyone's doing, and get ready for the live. And check our 5x5. Make sure you can see and hear. So appreciate you, Randall, right there. Those of you that just received it. Look at Kimi Cocoa Puffs. Received a membership, as did Steve Montalban. None of your business. Ray and Mavericks. Awesome. Thank you, Ray. And those of you that received it, Randall, if those could just give a little shout out to Randall Knapp. Very generous of you, brother. Thank you. Marines for Life asked, did I ever deploy? Yes. Multiple combat deployments, and then also some peacetime, if you will, deployments. When I say peacetime, those were deployments to humanitarian assistances. So about 9 or 11 in total over my career. So plenty of times, yes. He just got done with jungle training. This is from A again, asking about his brother. He just got done with jungle training in Okinawa. Actually, he just got back. Yeah, again, there's no reason they should stop it unless, again, he's in trouble or he's a bad Marine or he's got to pack up and go to combat. So if he's good to go, should be no problem. They're not going to stop a wedding just because they can. There's some poor leaders out there, trust me, but as long as everything's good. Jesus Christ loves you. Amen. Light Wolf 20. Jesus loves you as well, and he loves us all. Amen. Right here from Gunny East. If his leave was approved, he should be good. Should be. But he is. Again, I wouldn't sweat it. Eric asks, if I join, will you demonstrate 5 proper push-ups? Yes, I will. And you can see 22 proper push-ups on some of my lives. We've had some of those posted, right? Shorts. Check out some shorts we've done. Gimme Cocoa Puffs.
I just got to give you a membership.
You're a membership. Guess who you need to thank for that?
Thank you, Randall Knapp.
Thank you, Randall Knapp. Right there from Kimi Cocoa Puffs. She's finally a member. So now she can do some member stuff with us. Now you can join in the beginning. Can you read? I can't read what this says in doing right thing, y'all. I'm messing this up.
Can you help him? Yes.
The chef, Semper Fi, bro, retired gunny. That's a second meth. Eric S., welcome to level 1. Thanks, Eric, for being here, brother. Doc Holiday, big red box.
It's orange.
Look at Randall Knapp, too. My pleasure, Kimi. Doc Holiday, with God as our guide, we remain always faithful to the mission and to each other. Through courage and honor, we carry the nation's strength wherever duty calls. Send me, Doc. Amen, brother. Thank you.
Annie's here.
Thank you. Look at Annie Banana is here. Howdy. Gig 'em. All right. Support each other. Check it out. Lake Cook's awesome metal works. One, you can check it out behind me. It's still behind me, right? Amazing artwork, metal artwork right behind me from Lake Cook. ANC Metals, ANCmetalworks.com. It looks like you have an extra A in there. Oh, no. Yeah. How about I let you do what you do? ANCmetalworks.com. Amazing work right behind me. And if you mention SFMF, what was the discount? 10% off if you mention SFMF when you order. You see that special order back there, right? The Semper Fi, my friend. I don't know what shoulder it's over. All right. Annie Benani, howdy. Annie's in the house. SD is where real Marines are made. San Diego. We're going to talk about changes in boot camp, in both coasts for that matter. Big hugs to you, Doc. I don't even get big hugs. Marine for Life, you got some time then. The future awaits you. And starting at this age, knowing what you know now just by being on this channel, hang out, hopefully you're subscribed. We're going to make you the next Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. If that's what you want to be, of course. 5812, USMC. Do you prefer gym or hit box? Interesting, the hit box was coming out as I was exiting the Marine Corps while I was retiring. I didn't get a lot of time in it. We did use some. They put some on base, and we were allowed to do it. When I go to base gyms, I do see them. I spend more time in the gym, in the weight room part, but I incorporate some HIIT type stuff in there. High intensity interval training, HIIT. Cardio. I want to get more into the kettlebells and the medicine balls and the high rocks type workout. High rocks. I'm gonna try and do some of those. Again, I can't lift the weight I used to lift. I have some injuries that don't allow me to do things I want to do. So I'm in the maintenance phase now. I kind of just maintain, not lifting heavy. So please, someone don't ask me how much you bench, bro, because who knows? I'm done maxing. I'm just maintaining. A lot of running and swimming. John Wick, great advice. I'm going to. Who just said he's going to be an officer? Daily Poster. I'm going to the UNC Wilmington and going into the USMC as an officer. Good on you. Get after it. That's the route you see Annie Benani's going. So congratulations. And I don't know where you are in high school right now, but get after it. SAT scores. Force 2030 has San Diego shutting down. No, that's not the Force 2030 that we saw. It's been a while. I haven't had an update on it in a while, but there's no way. It's a historic place. That place will never be shut down. They better ask somebody. All right, John McJunkin. Kettlebells are awesome, says LL Pool J. I like working with them. I do. I'm getting more comfortable with them. I like those pink ones. Those 1 pounders. Those are good. All right. John McJunkin. JROTC Ezers. Our unit just added 19 freshman cadets. Nice. This year, but lost 11 seniors last year. How to get the new cadets better before first inspection? 3 weeks from now. Tell you, that's a common thread every single year in every JROTC program across the globe. Annie Benani's program, you can't tell me that they aren't struggling right now. They were an Army JROTC program that won the drill championship nationals. They're the national champions. I don't know how many seniors they lost. They lost seniors, and they have a crew of freshmen. Here's the hard part. Here's what you got to have to train those guys. Patience. Your drill masters are gone. And you don't, whatever you do, I hope your instructors know, our drill team last year was way better than you are at this point. Your instructors have to have patience, and it's going to take time. All those seniors, all 19 of those, all 11 of those seniors are going to be replaced. No one's irreplaceable. It just takes time and persistence. Her team practiced twice a day for the school day, Monday through Friday, twice a day, in the morning and then during their period, and they practiced every single Saturday. So they put the time in. So adjust your schedule, get after it. Those freshmen will be fine. They will. Just keep getting after it. Annie's question?
Are you familiar with making a skeleton and walking the dog?
Say it again.
Are you familiar with walking the dog or making a skeleton?
Are you familiar with walking the dog or making a skeleton? She asking me? Asking the chat. I'm not. Walking the dog or making a skeleton. Oh, right there. I see it now. Are you familiar with making a skeleton or walking the dog? Is that according to drill? Archie says, do they care about SAT scores if you're already graduated from college? No. Good on you. Archie, if you have good scores. For real? Do you think when I get to the Marine Corps, should I go reserves or active? Marine for life, either one, but definitely do one of them. I highly recommend active duty. And then if it's not for you, then go from active to reserve. Going from reserve to active is much harder. It takes time. It's possible, it just takes time. But start with active duty. JRTC will improve retention if their seniors repeat. You can be post-grad, and they can come right back, sure. Drat, good evening, Sergeant Major and everybody. Buddy joined VFW Post 2323 in Cali after back in the world. Always very proud of it. Believe they're very active in parades, funerals, etc. Semper Fi. The chapter I belong to, we did every single 4th of July parade, and we did another local one, Veterans Day parade. I'm telling you, very, very active. And if you join a league that's not, get them active. Sometimes they just need some new blood in there to detach and look and say, hey, how come y'all aren't doing this? All these parades, Veterans Day, if you're in Hawaii, Pearl Harbor, they do all kinds of stuff. There's a statue at Pearl Harbor dedicated to the Marines. And the Marine Corps League, that local chapter goes and cleans that place up. So tons of things to do in these. That's awesome. I heard that one, Eric, as walking the dog is a cool yo-yo trick. Where's Annie Benetti? Let us know. Here we go. Annie Benetti. In ROTC, we were taught how to brief a platoon on how to create a physical layout of terrain and give a brief of the course of action. Very confusing. So if we're talking about the same thing, we call that the racetrack. I know when I received as a drone instructor, they would give me a card. My senior drone instructor give me a card. It was a new hat. I was taking the boys out for initial drill. And he would give me a card and he said, turn this into a racetrack. So a piece of paper, pen, first movement, of course, fall in, rifle stuff, right face. I just, without looking, I'd be reading the card. Right face, forward march. And I would just move my pen or pencil. And then say the next movement is column left. Boom, column left, column right, right oblique, forward march, column left, left oblique, right oblique. And just go over the whole card, pass in review, and then fall out. And then you look at it, so it's in your mind. You know exactly where you're going to be going. So while you're the unit leader, you know you got to end up over there in the left corner soon. So you don't forget movements. The platoon knows what's coming up. I've seen too many people march off the parade deck because the platoon thought the unit leader said right, column right, and he actually said column left, and it could be chaos. So get that racetrack and then just continue it. Even print them off and show them to your platoon so they can study at night. Is that the same thing? Producer says, Annie Benetti, Chetty says it's punishment marching, walking the dog, and skeleton is bare bones formation. I haven't heard of either one. So maybe somebody else, maybe Chatty's got it. Tristan, is it dumb to try to join for MARSOC? No way. Your goal, whether you're going to join them or not, a good goal to have would be to be good enough to join MARSOC. And if you do, you do. If not dumb at all. Eric S. says, when in doubt, start reserve. If you don't like the Marine Corps experience, drills are easier to deal with than 24/7. Another way to look at it, and man, look at it like this, 4 years. It's hard to imagine 4 years of your life, especially if you're in high school now, because it seems like the longest 4 years of your life. But 4 years of active duty goes by so fast. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. Then get out and go to the reserves. It's just harder because we've been working with it recently. Harder to go from reserves to active duty. Easy to go from active duty to reserve. So just something to think about. All right. Question from Tacos Aviation. Question, do you have any info, cool bits on Marine aviation? I actually do. I was ground forces my entire career until my first duty station as a sergeant major. It was a Marine Corps Air facility. The only thing I knew about the airfield then, the air wing then, was I love when they would come pick us up out of a hot LZ, right? The sound of freedom. You hear that, the rotors of any kind of aircraft. I don't know which helicopter I like better. I always said the 46, but the 53, they call it the Sure. 53 is the big one, big heavy one. Problem is landing in snow, it gets buried, but soft terrain, it's going to sink in the mud. So here's what I know about the aviation now after being in the air station, air facility, then air station as the sergeant major. It was all new to me. Those guys work very, very, very hard, extremely hard. I have a neighbor that's a pilot. Whenever I see him home during working hours, he's got to be on his crew rest because they have to have a certain amount of they're required to have a certain amount of rest because they work so hard. And the last thing you want is a tired pilot or a tired mechanic, tired crew chief. So they definitely need a certain amount of rest. They work hard, very rewarding. I learned a whole new respect for the air wing once I went to the crew load masters course. I did the hyperbaric chamber and all that, went through the course, went through the classes, and then being with the air wing, the air station, for 2 years. Those guys bust their butt. So good on you if that's something that you want to do. Aircraft mechanic is a popular MOS because that obviously translates out if you want to get out and pilot too. Those directly can help you get a job after you get out. So love the air wing. All right. We didn't. CH-53C Stallion is the largest Marine Corps helicopter. And here's what they say about the 53. You're going to get hydraulic fluid dripped onto your uniform if you ever ride in a 53. And as a newbie, my first time on it, it scared me. Oh my God, it's leaking fluid. We're going to crash. And the crew chiefs will tell you, and anyone that's been on a 53, the only time you have to worry about a 53 is if it's not dripping hydraulic fluid, because that means it's out. You got to. All right. Randall Knapp. How much? How far? Active duty keeps you disciplined, focused, and trained. Knowing myself, going straight into the reserves from boot camp would make it very difficult to maintain those same standards at age 18. Amen, Randall. I agree with you 1,000%. I wouldn't have. The Marine Corps saved my life. Reserves wouldn't have done it for me. What are you going to do that month? Here's who I recommend the reserves to. If you have a solid, well-paying job that you love, then join the reserves. At 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year, you have the best of both worlds. If you don't already have a job, don't join the reserves and then start looking for a job, because what if that job never pans out? If reserves you feel is in your future, go active duty and work on getting your career outside the Marine Corps, and then go reserves. But definitely serve your country. Era. Man, every time I scroll down, you want to read docs. I mean, John McJunkins, and then I haven't even mentioned the topics yet. You guys are killing it. What did John McJunkins' crew say?
Dep Poolee Nicholson asked, Sergeant Major Sir, when went to my first Dep formation,
Oh.
some DIs there did lots of runs, PT, and drills. Are they allowed to deafen us before we go to MEP?
Yes. So he went to, what was his name? Dep Poolee Nicholson went to a Poolee function where they bring drill instructors in. And I went to a couple of those as a drill instructor. And what that is, just to give those Poolees just a kind of a little eye-opener or a little FYSA for your situational awareness. What's going to happen when you get to boot camp? And it's a taste. So don't get excited that I can handle it now. I seen what the drill instructors do. Little different environment when they're doing it in public. But yes, hopefully they stressed you the heck out and they gave you a taste of what's going to happen in boot camp. But those are cool. If you ever get an opportunity to go one of those Poolee functions where they bring drill instructors in, go for it. I did 2 of them. One, I was a Greenbelt drill instructor. None your biz. Thank you very much. You embody everything Charlie Kirk was. Hoorah. Amen. None your biz. Appreciate that. We are all Charlie Kirk. It's probably one of the best ones I've seen. Some of the memes that were going around. But appreciate you. Big time. Awesome. So going to this Poolee function, I was a Greenbelt, and there's probably about 600-700 Poolees there. This was somewhere in Texas, Dallas, Texas, and I was a new drill instructor still. I was a Greenbelt, so I was a thrash at, so I knew very well how to thrash some kids. But having a captured audience like that, I didn't really. And I was supposed to meet a drone instructor there from Paris Island, one from San Diego, one from Paris Island. We were going to go give them a taste of boot camp for an afternoon, like 3 hours. They had a big picnic, all these people, all these Poolees and all their families and parents and recruiters from all over the place, state personnel, whatever. The PI, DI didn't show up. PI, DI, yeah, right. So I was there by myself with these 600-700 Poolees and all these people. I'm telling you, there's at least 1,000 people there in this big field. And they're like, all right, they finally got them all together. They're in their little platoons and RS recruiting stations and substations and all these Marines in the background. He's like, all right, I'm going to introduce you all to Drill Instructor Sergeant Cece. Drill Instructor, take it away. I was like, holy crap, man, you got to be kidding me. These aren't recruits, first of all, so I can't just do what I was just doing yesterday, but I still have to capture their attention and try to give them as much as I possibly could in the next 30 minutes. So I was like, ears, expecting a big, loud open, eyeballs click, none of that. So, I mean, these are Poolees. So I went over a little bit of a period of instruction and still wasn't getting the era that I wanted. And then I got to the part where I was like describing how I just picked the kid out. You, come here. Get up here right now. And he slowly got up. I said, you better freaking hurry up. And another kid came out of nowhere. Came up. He's like, I met him early on in the picnic. He's like, you were a drone instructor. You were one of my drone instructors. I was a pickuper, whatever. So I said, oh, good, perfect. Don't tell anybody that. And I'm going to use you as an example. So I said, give me a volunteer. And finally he came running up and reported in, did it just like he just graduated boot camp. He was a Marine. So I was able to thrash the crap out of him in front of everybody, and that got their attention. And then I said, get on your feet, and they all, boom, stood up. I said, eyeball click, and it was loud, and it was pretty motivating after that. Problem was, as soon as I was done, all these parents came up and said, sir, could you yell at my son? Can you yell at mine too? You send him to boot camp. That's what the drill instructors are for. Anderson Ho says, we had such a Poolee function in 2005 on Armed Forces Day. Then I shipped to San Diego that following Monday. Good on you. Again, having the drill instructors there really does help. All right. Finally found a YouTuber that is one of us. Chuck would agree. Amen. Business. Good on you. Talking a little bit earlier, I got to get off YouTube for a while just because I'm angry watching it. Marines are always solid dudes. Must be a great program. 1989. Down. Double tap, everyone. Double tap if you don't mind. If you're not subscribed, please do. It does help. You hear YouTubers all the time. It helps our algorithm and it helps the channel. Helps everything. You see the names in green. Those are members, $1.99 a month. We're finally getting to work with our members now. First and foremost, that's what we're doing. We're pre-flighting. I'm going to do a little behind-the-scenes stuff, the stuff we've talked about in the past. The dust hasn't settled, but we're still going to get after it. Life doesn't stop, so we're going to push through. And our technical skills are very, very limited. We are. Someone asked the other day, what kind of camera you use? This is a phone. So if I get a phone call, we're in trouble. Just kidding. We probably figured that part out. Barely. But we're working on it. And I'm telling you, just the love and the blessings we get from all of you is truly just amazing. Watch this. How about that? All right. None of your business says, I am less of a coward now with your words. Thank you, buddy. But you know what? And I don't think coward is the right word. Maybe we only know each other from right here, but it's a confidence thing, and it's not caring or not worrying about what other people think. So I'm on it. I'm with you. None of your biz, brother. Hang tough. What's your favorite cadence? There's so many. I like the Marine Corps cadence count, just when the platoon knows it and does it well and does it loud. But my go-to is always Yellow Birdie. What's the next topic, Sergeant Major? Okay, John McJunkin. Keep me on track, brother. Appreciate you. Here's the three problems, or the three topics that we're going to talk about. And it's okay if we don't get to them, because I don't even see the clock, so we got all night. It went out. So, Carl, we need a time check, brother. Just keep us honest. OG is here. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Brad H. Good evening, Devil Dogs. John McJunkin. To all your future Marines to invest at least 5% in the TSP. McJunkin, please write that down. Tell that to them. Have them read that out loud. Awesome advice. Thank you, brother. Right? OG, where you been? You finally got back. What do you do when a recruit complains or will not do what is required? That's not an option, none of your biz. Let me tell you the topics first when we're talking about boot camp. What's the problem with the Marine Corps? What the problem is? Kind of a trick question. But is there a problem in the Marine Corps? Second one is changes to boot camp. What the changes over the last few decades? I'm talking maybe 4 decades. So the past 40 years, what changes have been made? And I have 5. There's been many more. These are the first ones that came to my head when I was thinking about. This was the wash rack. Remember the wash rack? We had to wash our own clothes. Made me think of that because after the gym, my clothes are obviously gross and sweaty, and I don't want that to smell to be in there forever. And they're some of my favorite T-shirts, so I wash them at the gym before I come home. So at least they got a quick, fresh wash. And I was thinking, man, I only know how to do this because I learned in boot camp. Granted, it's common sense. You can kind of figure it out, but we took out the wash racks. Now, why did we? So that's one of the 5 that we're going to talk about. And then light duty commandos. I did say the topics. You're right. I did say the topics earlier. Light duty commandos. What does it mean to be a light duty commando? Commandos are cool, not light duty commandos. I like that one too, old Irene. Mama told Susie not to go downtown. Yes. Mama told Johnny not to go downtown too, because the Marine Corps recruiter is hanging around. All right. John McJunkin. Done. Adam East. Thank you. Awesome advice. And again, I learned the hard way. When people tell us, invest now, save now. A good tool that I wish I would have done that somebody laid it out for us and did the math and even showed us. And as soon as he left, that staff sergeant don't know what he's talking about. It was to, every time you get promoted, put the difference into a savings account. Bala Smeddy, good to see you, brother. Every time you get promoted, so from private to PFC, the pay raise is $100. You were living off private pay, so you can live off private pay as a PFC. It's only $100. Put it in a savings account, preferably one you can't touch, for at least until it matures or something. Work it out so you can't just pull it right back out, because it's a bigger jump the higher you go from staff sergeant to gunny. That pay increase, I don't know what it is, 180 something, whatever it is. Put that extra money, that 180, into that same account. Imagine if you did that all the way up to E9 or whenever you get out for years and years. Granted, maybe a portion of it when you get, if you get married, you have kids and you have responsibilities, you want to buy a car, whatever it is. So a portion of your pay increase should go right to the bank. Again, people told me more than once, and I never did it. Wish I would have learned the hard way. What did Carrie say? I see old Irene's replying to her.
She wants a
12-hour live stream. All right, I'd have to get a diaper. We'd have to take head call breaks. Carrie Emery, in case you don't know, a head call is a bathroom break. The Marines and Navy call it a head. It's a bathroom break. Army calls it latrine. Air Force calls it, what do they call it? The washroom. Right. The powder room, I think, is what the Air Force called it. Gunny says, I preach money stuff on MSG. It's so easy to make money in the TSP. Amen. It's there. Light duty commando. Don't talk about my personal career in the Marines. I scratched it out. I talk about John McJunkin, but then I changed it to light duty commando to keep it politically correct. I don't want to do that to you. All right. Tactical nerd. Biggest regret I have is not utilizing DFAC more and saving money on reinvesting while I was a young private. Another one, it's different now, I think, at the dining facility, DFAC dining facility. Dining DFAC, that's what that stands for. The chow hall, the mess hall. Marines call it chow hall or mess hall. I think the Army calls it DFAC. Before, it was even more of a money waster before, because back in the day, they used to take the money out of your paycheck for all 3 meals, whatever it was back then. Say it was $50 a day. That was coming out of your paycheck, whether you went to the chow hall or not. I think there's a better system now where you swipe your ID card, so it only takes it out now when you use it. But again, leaders would tell me, if you go to McDonald's for lunch, you're paying double for that Big Mac because they're taking the money out of your paycheck for the chow hall, and you're paying for that number one Happy Meal. So double. So again, I think they've worked that out, but still, why would you not use it? It's there for you. It's all you can eat. They have everything. It's nutritious, healthy, and it tastes good. It is. They have everything there for you. So definitely use the chow hall. Use the commissary, use the exchange, use the gas station. Whisk detergent at the wash rack. All right. So let's. I'm gonna kick this. Problem with the Marine Corps. What is the problem with the Marine Corps? And I get these ideas. I'm telling you, when I'm walking on base, wish I would have known this. And man, look at this Marine right here. Who failed him? And this was a Marine I saw this morning. I would have put a paycheck on the fact that he was Navy, right? He had to be. I saw him from behind because of his hair. First, I thought it was a female. And then when I realized it was a male, I was like, oh, man, corpsman. Right off the bat, it's got to be a corpsman. He's in Marine camis. And then he turned around, and, of course, he was a corporal of Marines. And his hair... He had that. I was just talking about it Wednesday. He had the 0 to 3 was like this far. 0, and all of a sudden, poof. He had straight black hair, but it was so thick all the way around. His cover was just sitting there. I was like, man, what is the problem? What's the problem with the Marine Corps? And I thought in general, what's the problem with the Marine Corps? Nothing is wrong with the institution. Is it perfect? No. Don't get me wrong. There's many things that could change, policies, procedures, sure. But overall, the institution is amazing. Biased, of course, but it is amazing. The problem is the leadership. And, you know, we talk leadership on here quite often, but the leadership is the problem. The motives of some of the leaders. We were talking today about money. I was watching a video about money. And some of the comments are like, how much money do you need? These guys, it was that admiral that just got, not only was he relieved for bribery, he got kicked out for bribery, and then this was a while ago that he was accused of it, and the trial had been going on for so long. It seems like it's been a year, and now I don't even know how long it's been. He just got sentenced to 6 years in jail. 6 years in jail. A 4-star admiral was from Nikki TV. He was the assistant or the vice CNO, chief of naval operations. He was like number 2 in charge of the entire Navy. Can't think of his name right now. Who's ever seen it? You can put it up there. And it was all for contracting bids. I'm guessing, assuming, allegedly, the behind the scenes conversation was, hey, I'm this contractor, buddy. If you get me this contract, when you retire, you can work for us and still make your 6 figures. The number was like you can still make $500,000 a year. So $500,000 a year, but I need this contract to boost my business. I believe that happens. I don't think the straight bribery and the under the table deals, they happen, but you work with the certain people because you want to work for them later. But this dude, the problem was that he had the power to directly affect who gets the contracts. So he either one, pissed somebody off, or he just wasn't very good at it. That contractor he hired should have been the best one. Still, you want the best contractor with the best deal or whatever. So does that go on quite often? Sure. problem was, again, he was the vice CNO. So he had more power than your average battalion commander or whatever. And then, yeah, he must have pissed somebody off. But the guy giving the info on that was like, how much money do you need, guy? Come on, you're already a 4-star admiral, so your retirement pay is going to be about how much a month? In this, he's going to make the 6 figures already just off his retirement alone. He'll be made probably 80 grand a month, right? He's making 6 figures just on retirement. $250,000 at least 250,000 just on retirement alone. And then disability. The 4-star admiral, been in 36 something years, 30 plus years, more than likely, and he's an admiral, more than likely going to get 100% disability. So just tack on another $4 grand a month tax free from that. So he's going to be making $500,000 alone without working. And then he wanted to set himself up to this with this contractor to make literally $500,000 a year. So how much money, how greedy can you be? Is that what your mindset is? I just want all the money in the world. What did Jesus go to the grave with? Nothing. The shirt on his back. That's what we're all going to go to the grave with, the shirt on our back. How much do you need? Right? Sustain yourself, a good life, a good job, all the things Charlie Kirk used to talk about. Be a good person. You're not taking any of this with you when you go, so stop being greedy. Stop letting money drive your leadership, right? That never works out well. I've seen too many leaders very, very recently. Too many leaders, all they cared about was money. Then leadership fails. So what's the problem with the Marine Corps? The leadership. And not all of it. There's plenty of great leaders, tons of great leaders. And again, I'm fortunate. I've only had a few questionable leaders throughout my career. I lucked out, all right? Thank God. The poor leadership I've seen has been after the Marine Corps, retired Marines, poor leadership. So the problem with the Marine Corps, again, I haven't read any comments while I was talking about it, but again, small policies here and there, barracks, obviously we always need work on the barracks, housing, pay could increase, equipment, right? We do the most with the least amount, but that's what you sign up for, and you know that going in. So I don't have a problem with the Marine Corps. And even those haters, the Marine Corps screwed me, the Marine Corps sucks, hate the Corps, you're just a bunch of crayon eaters. I don't think it's the Marine Corps, because the other 199,000 of you are doing well, and the Marine Corps is treating you well. So the common factor in those birds might just be you. Take a look. Do people get wronged by leadership? Yes, and I feel bad for them, but I wish I could tell them, wait till you or that leader PCSs. Things are going to be different. Can you get 2 bad leaders in a row? Yeah, that's possible too. So you got to tough it out. That short I did on sucking it up, sometimes you just got to suck it up till that bad leadership moves on, or you move on. All right. So what the problem is? Ain't no problem. Topic number 2, changes to boot camp. Over the last couple of decades, there's been tons of changes, but ones that come to mind that I just want to ask you all: has it made Marines better? Has it made the Marine Corps better? And the first one, we already started talking about the wash rack. Marines in San Diego, I don't think Paris Island, they're too bougie over there. I don't think they ever wash their own clothes. Maybe in the 40s. But as early Randall Knapp, you remember that he already talked about bringing your dirty laundry and a bottle of whisk to the wash rack Sunday morning. As the first thing we did. I know as a recruit I did. Sunday morning, you got up, chow, come back, wash rack. You're washing your own clothes. By hand, scrubbing. There was a whole thing set up, looking some old pictures of San Diego. They completely got rid of them, not even there anymore. Bunch of wash racks, a bunch of spigots, a scuzz brush, your laundry, and that detergent. And you, again, learned, of course, they taught us how to do it by the numbers, screaming at us and thrashing us all at the same time, but we learned how to do it. And then you wring it out, you hang it up, on the racks right behind the wash rack, and then later that evening before you went hit the rack when free time was over Sunday evening, collect your laundry, fold it, and put it away. A great life lesson, valuable tool that they took away. I also like the wash rack, a little time of me time, right? Because you can't talk. You're not, it's not base liberty where you're yucking it up, having a good time with your buddies. You can carry on a quiet conversation if you're not acting a fool. The DIs would look out the window and everyone else, shut your mouth. Or if they saw you screwing, or if you did, they'd come out, just pull you aside and just thrash the crap out of you. But it is your free time, so they're not supposed to. And it was a time you can let your hair down away from the DIs and just concentrate and think. Your family. San Diego sucked because you watch the planes go in and out. You're like, man, I can't wait to be on that plane. But it was a good time of alone time, me. So, in my personal opinion, I think they should not have taken that out. I mean, do they get Sundays off? They get free time on Sundays in Marine Corps boot camp. You ain't get no time off. You have free time, but that's what it's for. Laundry, church, reading and writing letters, and PT, getting ready for the next day, getting your uniform ready, getting all those things ready for the next day. So it's not a day off. It's like 4 hours, right? It's after morning chow all the way up until noon chow. So it's like 4 hours. Feels like a lifetime sometimes. You're like, man, like, this is the best. No days off. You don't get no day off in boot camp. It's only 13 weeks. Okay, that probably sucks, says Emmy. It's the Marine Corps. That's what we do. Yeah. Can I?
Just show it to the camera. I don't think there's anything.
I wanted the envelope. Oh, the envelope too.
I
No KP duty, no area beautification, chow hall food. The addition of the crucible changes to Sundays. Yes, John McJunkin. Okay, I hit one just so I don't repeat them. Mess duty. Second one was brass, shining brass. The never dull. Excuse me, never dull and Duraglit. Anybody heard about any of that? Never dull and Duraglit. If you're an old Marine, you've heard of it. A seasoned Marine. And spit shining boots and shoes. They got rid of that. With the new boots, they don't get spit shined. And now all recruits get core fram shoes. You don't spit shine anything. Another valuable lesson that I took throughout my career, even with my dress shoes now. I know how to spit shine. They don't teach that anymore because it's not necessary. Another time on Sunday, free time, alone time, you're sitting next to your Foot Locker because you weren't allowed to sit on them, sitting on the ground, spit shining. It's a me time in boot camp. I think it's very important that we're missing that. And then shining the brass. All brass is anodized now, so we had to use Never Dull or Duraglit. I don't remember which one I had in boot camp, but it was one or the other. Maybe you had both. But you would sit and polish all your brass. So if you fell out for formation or any time of day you get caught by a drill instructor and your web belt, because we wore the web belts in camis back then, polish your tip, polish the whole buckle, the alligator teeth, everything, and every button on the blues for those that got issued the blues. And then brass around the squad bay. Anything shiny better be shining brightly. And that was during cleanup. Whiskey like a recruit to tear off a piece of that brasso. Never dull, Duraglit. Brasso, you're right. Who said brasso? Yeah, Roscoe. Randall. Brasso, you're right. You're all right. Brasso. Anything that shined, you'd make it shine even more. And sometimes it probably wasn't intended to shine, but the drill instructor just said it will shine, so you made it shine. Miss those times. I think it's something else that I don't think it improved boot camp. Mess duty. McJunkin kind of mentioned it. Mess duty, another great tool, learning lesson, life lesson. I guess it kind of depends on where you went for mess and maintenance is what they call it. Because whoever shot high, platoon high in boot camp, they got to do mess and maintenance. San Diego anyway, you'd go up north to Camp Pendleton, Weapons Field Training Battalion, and They did both though. Some worked in the chow hall, some worked mess and maintenance or the maintenance side. So a good opportunity to learn some lifelong skills, actual work. So if you got to work in a pot shack, you're washing all the pots and pans. The scullery, just washing all the trays and the dishes, and just basic working hours. It was some long, hard work, and really got me to appreciate the cooks, right? To see them up, because we were with them too at the chow hall at 3 a.m., right? So it's the Marines that worked off or lived off base, they get up earlier than that just to get up, shower, change, get dressed. So I'm telling you, long, hard days. It gave you a sense of, okay, this definitely another teamwork aspect of it, and learning lessons like that. I was a juice private, right? Changing out the juice and the milk, right? You can never make anyone happy. You can never do it fast enough. Everything's out. You get the salad bar guy, right? Whatever your job was on mess and maintenance, better appreciation of those that work hard. So I wish they wouldn't have taken that out as well. I don't think deck private. Oh, gee, I was a deck private. Deck private target. You ever hear that? Deck private target? The Kimi Coco Bus knows that. Anytime they ask, can they pass me that napkin? If you ask for it correctly, deck private target. Come slap that baby in your hand. Deck private, dead brown cow. That means you're out of chocolate milk. Good times. And again, I think it's another good life lesson tool that shouldn't have taken out. All right, mess duty, brass, wash rack, McMap. Marine Corps Martial Arts Program. The Marine Corps Martial Arts Program, still alive today. That one I do think it was a great change. Personally, I think I went through combat hits. What was the other one called? Combat hits, didn't we go through at least two before we got to McMap? Again, another thing that they studied for years, the Marine Corps, that's how we do it, studied for years before we implemented McMap, Marine Corps Martial Arts Program. I think it's amazing. I think it does well. I think some units are better at it than others, meaning they put more time into it. And it all depends on if your leadership is involved with it and they're black belts, then their entire unit will be. And unfortunately, that goes from unit to unit. So I think we need to push it more. Now you have to graduate as a tan belt at least, right, in boot camp. That was a requirement. At least the lowest level of the McMap program, every recruit had to be certified tan belt. I think it's a good program. The combat hits was the only thing I did like about combat hits, and I know why they took it out, was in boot camp we even had the full ring, a full boxing ring. So once you learned, right, hours and hours on the PT field, one back, two back, that one sticks in my mind. Doing it over and over and over. And then they put a recruit in front of you. And then you got like 50%. So you're throwing punches. You're learning how to box, really, is what it was. And then they put us in a big ring, right? We actually duked it out, like 30-second rounds. Or just because of time. There was an accident, something bad happened, so they got rid of the ring and put you in a ring that was very small, which was more realistic. Because if you ever fight the enemy hand to hand, you're not going to dance around the ring and you're not boxing anymore. So they made the rings, I don't know, like 3 feet by 3 feet, real in tight, so that you learn how to fight in close quarters like that, which I thought was good. And I think they still do that. They incorporate it with bugle sticks and all that. But the procedure for McMap and how they incorporate the moral lessons and classes and talk about history of fighting, offense and defense, I think it's a brilliant program. I really do. McMap, I think, changed a lot. Changed Marine Corps. So every now and then you hear Marines getting in a fight out in town. They think they're invincible and can't be touched because they're a green belt in McMap, and then they get beat down. So that's why they incorporated the history lessons, the moral lessons of offense and defense. I think it's all good. Which one, DRAC? Right here. Sergeant Major from DRAC. Please help out a very old Corps and no joy, enjoy, laugh. Is it URAH? My days. URAH or ERA? Thank you. Simplify. Roy, enjoy your evening. Drac, appreciate you bringing it up. I wish I was wearing my ERA shirt tonight. So it's URAH, your very first one. Old Corps from day one. The official, unofficial, you'll see it on Marine Corps Doctrine, just like you spelled it. OORAH. Right? A little bit different. OOHRAH. You see little variations, but it's URAH. It 100% is URAH. And the ERA is me, and I'm sure other people say it. With the Sergeant Major Old Corps that was at MCRD San Diego, we called him Sergeant Major ERA. He probably spelled his different. But that dude, ERA, how you doing, Sergeant ERA, you take the ERA and you ERA, PT ERA. I don't know if I picked it up then. But I was never a big hoorah kind of guy. So URAH is how I spelled it. Nothing official. I didn't get authorization from anybody. I seen ERA, ERRAH, like you spelled it. I seen ERA, just ERA. So old school is hoorah. Still today you see shirts with it. That's the official, unofficial. URAH. ERA. Great question. ERA. I don't know. Maybe I can't do that loud, so I stick with the ERA. ERA. And it's used for everything. Someone even asked me, this was a cadet years ago said, Sergeant Major, why do you say ERA for pretty much everything? What does it mean? I said, ERA. I acknowledge, I hear what you say, and I'm going to answer you. Good morning, Sergeant Major. ERA. It means good morning. Can we go PT? ERA. Absolutely. It means yes. Can we leave class early? ERA. Hell no. So it means everything. ERA. I did have to learn, and I still do, that civilians don't know what that means. And a problem on the phone, right? I'm talking to the IRS. Thank you very much, sir. Anything else I can help you with? No, thank you. Okay. Bye. So, yeah, walking around A&L, everyone there says howdy. That's their thing. It's cool. It's very cool. Everyone from cadets to adults to older generation, the janitor, everyone says howdy. And of course, I replied with ERA. Took me like 3 or 4 days being down there to finally, and then I would say, and they'd say howdy. I'd say ERA, howdy. So I'm almost to a point where I can say howdy back. But I'm getting it. ERA. Love it. Orthodox Christian Andrew. Thank you very much. Lance for Life 22 Fox ERA. Funny, so ERA, spelled like that, is from a Sergeant Major buddy. He spelled it like that, and he had that was an acronym for him. And I don't know if he was in Fox. He was definitely in 2nd Marines. But he would spell it like that. McKenna. Sergeant Major McKenna, he spelled it just like that, and it was an acronym. I don't know, enthusiasm, rough, Raider. I don't know what I don't remember what it stood for, but he spelled it out for me one day, and his is ERA. Fox 22, get some, Lance. Andrew, appreciate you. Thank you. And yes, my license plate at one point said ERA. URAH. Talking about that license plate. Doc's still trying to guess that license plate? That license plate behind me, I didn't know you can see it. It is from Okinawa. Members only. Doc and everyone else. Members, next pre-flight, I'm going to explain that license plate right there. ERA. All right. The last point in topic number 2, changes in boot camp, is, you ready for this one? Where's USMC Cece? Where's Annie Banani? Where is the power of the bun? Female Marines. For your old timers, WMs. Women Marines, a term we don't use anymore because they're Marines. It was a politically correctness thing for a while. I didn't agree with it. There was no disrespect intended. That's hey, I know this WM. You knew right away it was a female Marine. There's been other nicknames. There's been some derogatory ones. All that's BS drama that doesn't need to be even discussed. It's foolish. But incorporating females into San Diego. Parris Island has always had it. It's been a success the way they have done it for hundreds of years. But then they just disbanded 4th Battalion to incorporate them even more. The question is, I'll ask a billion times, was it needed? Was it necessary? Why did we have to take them out? The equality, all this stuff, I'm not buying any of that. And then sending female Marines to San Diego. I had no problem with it at all. Couldn't really care less. We're training Marines. But it feels like it was forced. Right? They had to change a lot of things on MCRD San Diego to accommodate females. Was it really necessary? Did it save money in the long run? Did it make us a more lethal fighting force? If so, all for it. More power to everyone. As long as, again, we still hold strong. This is one of those things we gotta hold strong to the end. Don't incorporate too much, right? I know they train together, right? They do probably swim qual, McMap. They do classes together. They drill. As long as they don't incorporate them in one platoon. If there's never, right now they're one platoon for a company, right? So there's 6 platoons traditionally at San Diego. 1 platoon will be females. You got no problem with that because they're separate, right? They have their own barracks. The windows are all fogged out in the bottom deck, or I think probably all the decks were still. There is a difference between male and females. Let's be honest. Why do they need to be so integrated that it causes problems, or doesn't? As soon as it happened, shortly after it happened, I did talk to a drill master. He happened to be a drill master. He was in PT gear. Stopped him on NCRD. He said, "Hey, I know you've had females here for about a year now. How's it going?" This dude said, "I'm ready to get out of here. This is chaos. It was unnecessary. Why did they even mess up? I'm sure it's a whole lot smoother now, but was it necessary? Was there a problem so bad that we had to do it? There's no reason to force it." All right. So does it make the Marine Corps better? Was it a positive change? Only thing I can think of was the fact that no matter where you're from geographically, females had to go all the way to South Carolina, Parris Island. Not a big deal, or was it? Right? Was it necessary? Woke BS. Bring back the 4th. It's bad for morale. I think, and I know some female Marines who were very disappointed when they disbanded 4th Marines or 4th Battalion. And I think it was just unnecessary. Doc Holliday says women Marines weren't traditionally sent to San Diego for boot camp because for decades. Can you read Doc's, please? For many Marines, it felt enforced by tradition, almost like an unspoken rule carved in stone. Can you read this first one? Oh. Michael Jones is here. What's up, Michael? Good to see you. Good evening, Sergeant Major and production team. Good to see you, brother. How you feel? Semper Fi, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Yes, I missed Doc's first message. And again, it's doing it where I scroll up and the whole page moves up. And then I want to read Dr. Bobbitt's.
You hear it out.
I do, I think. More. See that? I got to get above that. That's okay. If maybe one of you can read it out loud. Carlos was a bad A. You know what? Matthew Askren is here. What's up, Matthew? Felt to me as a time as it was an optics decision. I think so too.
Roger Sawyer. Good evening.
Dog, if you can put that back up.
Oh, you did-
Roger Story. Good evening, Sergeant Major. What's up, Roger? Vietnam vet, Marine 67, 68, URAH, and Semper Fi. Right there, Semper Fi to you, brother. So glad you're here. URAH. We're just talking about how to spell URAH. And you just nailed it. Old school. John McJunkin. Oh, there's Docs. There's Docs right there. Women Marines weren't traditionally sent to San Diego for boot camp because for decades all female recruits trained only at Parris Island. It was a long-standing policy, not just a preference. Amen. That's how it was, and now they're in San Diego. It's been 10 years now, right? At least. I don't know what year did females go to San Diego. Again, was it needed? Did we desperately need to hurry up and get females to San Diego? None of that. Again, it was optics, right? They're on both coasts. They're able to go on both coasts. Miley Max, my Max, Evening Sergeant Major, and an Army ROTC cadet with Golden Eagle Battalion. Close friends with Ruff at MMA. You know who I'm talking about. Of course, I know who you're talking about. I can't forget Ruff. He should be on here tonight. He's been on here recently. He must be busy tonight. He better be PTing. But good to see you, Max. Thanks for joining us. And get after it. Golden Eagle Battalion. Let us know when you enlist in the Marine Corps. Or are you going to college? He's ROTC. Oh, go back up.
Army ROTC cadet with the Golden Eagle Battalion.
Army ROTC. Sorry about that. I did. Like 3 times I read it. I was thinking, because I know Ruff from JROTC. So I just assumed right away. I'm close friends with Ruff from MMA. You know who I'm talking about. I'm with it, Max. I'm with you. Good on you. And now there is a Marine option for Army ROTC also. So you can go Marines. But clearly you're going to the Army. Good on you. Congratulations. Blew that one. Yes. All right, I guess should we get caught up? Oh, we're caught up. Let's see what Michael Jones said. I'm doing great, bro. Thank you. Hope you guys are doing well, Sergeant Major and production team. We are, Michael. Good show so far. Man, time flew. Is that really? That's the time left? Great topics tonight. Michael, if you get a chance to watch it later, with maybe some controversial ones. Is there a problem with the Marine Corps changes to boot camp over the past 4 decades? And light duty commandos is what we're going to wrap it up with. Light duty commandos. What you know about Okinawa? Carl Green, he says, yep, that's an Okinawa military license plate back there. Kareem says, can Marines stay in combat zone, or do they have to have other jobs because injustice want to be in combat, nothing else? 0311. So, great question. I think I understand your question. Do Marines have to do other jobs besides just combat? So if you join as an 03 officer or enlisted, you're infantry, yes, you're going to go to combat if anything happens within your time that you're in. So, and you can stay in combat. Here's your reprieve, if you will, from combat. You can stay in the 03 100 field your entire career. You will. There's going to be schools you're going to have to go to. You're going to have to go to professional military education. You might go TAD to another organization. You're going to do a special duty like drill instructor, recruiter, MSG, SOI. So there are going to be times where you won't have the opportunity to go to combat just because of your secondary MOS. But no, you can absolutely stay in the 03, and most infantry do stay in the infantry their entire career. All right, Max says, thanks, Sergeant Major. I'm trying to get Ruff to get on here. He speaks very highly of you. Thrasham, appreciate you saying that. And since he's not here and he's not listening, Ruff is a good dude. He's going to do great things, whatever he does. He did great in JROTC, and solid. Dad solid, family solid. Good on you. It's a good friend to have. Tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are. So you must be a good dude also. Good on the two of you. Very proud of you. Thanks for being here. All right, old Irene says, light duty cadence. I want to be a couch potato. I want to grow long, fuzzy hair. Yes. So that's old Irene. Good one. Kareem, you're welcome, my brother. That's why we're here. All right, Poolee Coda asks from John McJunkin's crew. You mentioned no mess and maintenance anymore in boot camp, so I was helping peel potatoes here at the restaurant all evening for nothing. No, they're bringing it back. You need to thank all them for allowing you the opportunity to get some mess duty because boot camp doesn't offer it anymore. So good on you. Those potatoes aren't going to peel themselves, straight from the producer. There's rough, heartwarming. Didn't know you had it in you, Sergeant Major. I'm deleting that section. I'm going to edit I'm going to edit all that out as soon as this is done. In fact, can you edit it while we're talking? Better get some PT, rough. Punk. All right. Good to see you. Glad you're here. All right. Tap the screen. You heard Carrie Ann Marie Potts. Double tap the screen right now. No. Do we say you don't double tap it? You just tap it once? Yeah, whatever it is, like and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, Carrie Ann Marie Potts is coming after you. Engineers up. Army cadence is like not cool. I've heard some cool Army cadence. They have they got some swagger to their cadence. Army cadence is pretty cool. No mess duty. Klinger would be happy. Old Irene, bringing back MASH. Love it. Double tap, just like a 12 gauge. All right, Ghost Man. Steve started out as an 0331 machine gunner. Then went to company chaser, 2 battalion, then cross country. I was a chaser for a while as well. We don't do that anymore. They don't have chasers. Do they still do that? Army does monkey cadence. They call it monkey cadence. Good. Michael's drones always smashes the like button. Not with the hammer. Don't do it with the hammer. All right. Army cadence sounds like Kids Bop. They got some rhythm. Some of those Army cadences. Dancing. Seth, R.I.P. Charlie, rest now. Amen, brother. All right. Our last one, light duty commandos. Let me hit that before the producer gets more angry at me. Oh, you just give me one of them eye rolls and tell me I'm number one and finger gestures. Poolee Wendell asks, Sergeant Major, can you tell me what is the best job to volunteer for in boot camp, or is there any good ones? Great question. We do discuss those jobs, those jobs and billets in boot camp. Really, technically, there's only guide and squad leaders. Over the course of decades and decades, drone instructors would have recruits assist them throughout the 13 weeks, and it's absolutely necessary. And I might miss one or two, and y'all can help me out, but there's a whiskey locker recruit. He works in the whiskey locker, organizing, and whiskey locker recruit, admin recruit, house mouse, cleans the duty hut. I had knowledge recruit. I had the spit shine and boot, the iron recruit. I had a bunch of jobs. Artist recruit. That comes in handy. All those jobs, of course, the number one is the guide. You want to be the guide. If you can't be the guide, be one of the squad leaders. That's 5 recruits right there. All those other jobs are good. Here's my caution to you, though. If you they chooses you for the whiskey locker recruit. Cool job. But if you are good at it, it's going to kind of deter you from ever becoming the guide or squad leader. That should be your goal. Guide or squad leader. Number one goal. Guide and then squad leader. So 5 out of 90. That's slim pickings. But if you're doing the whiskey locker, and I want to be the guide, but you're doing well at the whiskey locker, a drone instructor is not going to pull you out of the whiskey locker weeks into it after retraining a whiskey locker recruit and then give you a shot at being the guide. So I didn't know any of that prior to going. I did know a little bit of drill, and I had a big mouth. So I got selected right away to be a squad leader and then eventually the guide. And our whiskey locker recruit. I keep using that example because we had a great whiskey locker recruit. He's a first-class PFTer, shot well on the rifle range. At one point, we needed a squad leader, and even as a guide, I told the drone instructor, sir, the whiskey locker recruit would make a good squad leader. He said, I ain't pulling him out of the whiskey locker to be a squad leader. It's like, okay, get it. So, and rarely does any of those recruits get messed with because they're working, right? The admin recruit, he's doing all kinds of stuff for the drone instructors, so the green belts will thrash them when they try and sneak one in, but you're busy. So you have an added responsibility to everything you need to do as a recruit. So be very careful to volunteer for one of those. If you ask me what should you do in boot camp, be the guide. Second best, squad leaders. So caution. But and then there's, look at house mouse. Some recruits want nothing more than to be one of those jobs. They don't want to be a guide or squad leader. They want to be kind of out of sight, out of mind. The drone instructors don't mess. I'm telling you, I didn't mess with my whiskey locker recruit or the admin recruit. I would kick my house mouse out. I didn't want to. I clean my own room and take out my own trash, but it's how you want your boot camp experience to go. I'll tell you that. All right, house mouse. I used to always kick that. Get out of here, sir. Take your trash. I'll take my own damn trash out. That great channel, Sergeant Major, definitely makes the Corps shine. You were amazing. Hope the Corps recognizes your value. Semper Fi, URAH. Thank you, Drac. Again, we're not here for me. We're here for all of you. And you see what kind of crew we have, what kind of community, what kind of warriors all over the place. This is motivation, speaking life into each other. House mouse due to my height. So Tommy Martinez, that's another way. I think primarily most drone instructors pick their house mouse, hence the name. Last recruit and fourth squad, because that is where the shortest recruit goes in formation. So chances are, you look at a platoon, marching, drill, whatever they're doing, one of those last recruits is the house mouse. Chances are. Michael, his drone instructor called him King Rat. Where'd you get that from? Where'd that name come from? House mouse was always watched. That's the other reason why I didn't want a house mouse in there. I didn't want him to see the drone instructors with their covers off and relaxing and drinking a soda or farting or burping. The recruits don't need to see any of that. They didn't need to see the drone instructors being human. So I didn't want any recruits in there at any time. Watched. Oh, yeah, he was always watched. Oh, well, yeah, because they're in your duty hut. Ruff says, I can attend to this. Sergeant Major yelled at me for trying to take out his trash once or twice. That's it. See, it's something I carried on for my entire life. Take out my own trash. It's my trash. I will take it out. Thanks for backing me up on that, Ruff. Ghost Man, some of us have lost our way. If we can help Leathernecks get it back, honestly, we'd make this a better place. Amen. Amen, Ghost Man. Again, while we're here, the whole soul, our heart and soul go into this for that reason right there. No reason to learn the hard lessons. Every now and then, sure, there's a lesson that you just are bound to learn the hard way. But if we can take the other 90% off your shoulders, off your back, that's why we're here. Thank you, Ghost Man, for saying that. Randall Knapp said, we had a Catholic and Protestant chaplain private. I guess that title changed after 86. I think we called ours religious recruit. Religious. I don't remember what we called ours, but we did he was a lay leader for church. So he would be we would have him pray for stuff, pray right before drill or big events, or if we injured recruit or something. I think we called him, I don't remember what we called him, but chaplain private. Not sure if I'm sure they call him something, but there's still one designated. I'm pretty sure on that. USMC vet. There you are. Promised to be on this podcast, but my second Rottweiler dies. Oh. I promised to be on this podcast, but my second Rottweiler died, I'm guessing. Man, brother, so sorry to hear that. And I already just zoomed right past it. Man, horrible. Sorry, brother. Sorry for your loss. And by all means, sign out, brother. Do what you got to do. Not easy. It's a family member, without a doubt. Hope he's resting in power. Rottweiler, love the dogs. Man, we'll catch you on the next one. USMC vet, hang tough, brother. Sorry about that. You see that? USMC vet. All right, Steve says our DI picked 2 6-foot recruits to be a house mouse. That's funny. Which one? Old Gyrene. And oh, he's going out. Good night, Chesty and SFMF-er. Good night, Old Gyrene. Thank you, brother. Always beast mode. Thanks for always being here. Your undivided attention and support. Love you, brother. P4s, P's. Jimmy. All right, we're getting caught up here. From the producer, USMC vet, if you're still here, bro, I'm telling you, hard. Swab the deck. Hankins, you better get on that deck. Swab the deck. Deck towel races. We haven't even talked about those recently. They better still be doing those. Keegan, Ra, I was in 2.5, back in the surge. 2.5. Retreat hell. We just got here. Love some 2.5. 5th Marines, awesome. 2.5 is the most decorated infantry battalion in the world. I don't know about the other services, but definitely in the Marine Corps. The most highly decorated infantry battalion. 2.5 French Fourragère, authorized to wear that in their uniform. Get after it. Love some 2.5 retreat hell. Menachem, Jared's hunting, Salty Saxy, Ray from Queens. Where you at? Missing you guys. Good time for buddy check. If you know any of the guys, buddy check. That never stops. Continue to make it happen. Who's that? Hot Rod, Big O, Heavy J. We're all that. And I'm not going to try and name everybody because I'm sure I'm going to miss some, but love all y'all. It's a great community. Carl Green, 3 minutes. Lock and load to LZ. All right. Is it a hot LZ? What time is it? Time went by fast. This is Wednesday. So it is later. So yeah, I understand some of y'all bug out is late for some of y'all. Vigilant Observer. David Bryant was, man, I need to call David Bryant. I'm going to call you again. Called and left a message. Haven't heard back. I'll give you a call. It's late, but I'll call you first thing in the morning. Everybody prayers up for David Bryant. He wasn't feeling well on Sunday, so hopefully he's back at it soon. USMC vet, thanks so much. Semper Fi, brother, hang tough. I had to say enough, and the family will be in our prayers, and hopefully he's he or she, your dog's resting in power, brother. Gary Emery Potts, how quick has tonight gone? Time flies when you're having fun. Amen. I'm telling you, seriously, that was quick. Drac to USMC vet, thank you, Drac. So very sorry to hear about your family loss after 22 canine losses. Wow. I definitely understand. It's never easy, honestly, after experiencing this channel. I do know that you have family here. We're here for you, all of you, and that is tough. You can't say it enough. All right. Thanks so much for your support. USMC vet, get on it, brother. Sign off. We'll see you Sunday. PTM Rose, RIP, Charlie Kirk. He's resting in power, and we are Charlie Kirk. Jimmy White, it is awesome what Marine Corps warriors have done in history ever since the Marine Corps started. Outstanding. Jimmy White nailed it. 250 years of kicking and taking names. Did you just bleep me out? I'm not able to read the comments. But thanks so much. They're all for you, brother. Lay before mast at 08 reports good sweep down fore and aft Semper Fi. The ship's ready. Good evening, Sergeant Major. Hope you're doing well, brother. Howard Dalton. We're all doing well, getting ready to sign off. Everyone, just a reminder, like and subscribe. I always forget. We're having so much fun. Talk about merch. Let me just show you this real quick before we sign out. This is a recruit getting thrashed right now as we speak. Family friend, Torrin, hope you're getting thrashed right now, which in his letter, he said he is. I'm going to read the letter real quick. All right. Here it is. Recruit. What's his last name? Oh. Oh, did you? Well, can they read that? You can say words out loud.
I'm telling you right now. It's good.
Good enough? All right. Get after it. Warrior. Hope the DI thrashes you for that. Just kidding. Joking, not joking. Kidding, not kidding. All right. Good evening, Sergeant Major. Hope you're doing well. Just read that. Prayers up for all you SFMF family members, for all of our family members. 30 seconds. We're landing this helicopter. What's tonight's last topic, Sergeant Major? Well, and we didn't finish it. We will, because it's about you. Light duty commandos. To be continued on Sunday. Love all y'all. Get after it. Work hard. Say your prayers. Prayer does work. We'll see you Sunday. God bless and Semper Fi, my friend. Era.